5 new messages. Could one of them feature the word pudding? As in my mystery is pudding. We're playing. Yes, we're playing. Search engine hot and cold. And we're getting to pudding by way of Pink Floyd. That's the essence of what you need to know. And I'm your host, Tommy Walker. I was the author of the book that we just glanced at before we came here. Pudding, pudding, pudding. The writing on the wall. No? Oh, please, Grayflint. How about you replace concept album with pudding? Animation Isolations of Libra Romana. We have a rich back history that in this game that tells us that Grayflint really should have. What? Why? Why, Libra Romana? Somebody's looking at me through a wall? Mental health in animals. No. All these mental health things are, I don't know. Rocksploitation concept album. Grayflink is still the only player who has not guessed from lyrics in Another Brick in the Wall. He has also demonstrated in this very game knowledge of the famous line, "How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?" But did not make it a guess. No one else seems to be aware of it. No one else seems to have become aware of it even after Grayflink posted the line. Everyone else has guessed lyrics from the shorter version of Another Brick in the Wall. And what we need is the long version. And we have one more chance here. Pudding. No. And everybody feels they have exhausted the lyrics and are trying another attack. Oh my God. This episode is brought to you by and the top ramen is not soggy yet, and by The Great Gig in the Sky, The Scream. And I guess that what I keep seeing thumbnails of is a variant of The Scream. I believe we're talking Francis here. The Great Gig in the Sky and The Scream. Yeah. Rocksploitation, and we'll see it when concept album fills. Concept album autofills. Rocksploitation. Concept on P. And that was Grayflink. Who would rather give me a repeat then guess the pudding word that he alone seems to be aware of. Mental health in animals, says Woody S. Animation isolation, says Libra Romana. It's interesting which the people unanimously believe, or what the people unanimously believe. The writing on the wall and madness. And it's not the worst. I don't know. There might be situations in the past informing them. Some complication they're not aware of. All they are aware of is that they haven't been able to cash in on the lyrics. So they're trying a different tack rather than sitting down going, think, me, think. The scores don't lie. What could explain that? So, concept of audio, yes. I think we're looking at 9 then, this round. I forgot to look up Great Gig. Is exploitation in there here? Exploit. Well, the S would not have been in it. You know, they might do well to guess food. But now, of course, you're looking for something that's somehow related to Pink Floyd. But back when 5-second rule was the mystery, what we really needed was another vector outside of food that we never tried for. We never went for those 4 corners of the universe before we started trying to pin it. We didn't expand the 4 corners of the universe beforehand. Four corners of existence. That's what I mean to say. Now, well, it ought to be 9. Oh, my top ramen. Oh, that's right. All my sprinkles. Usually my sprinkles are at the top, and somehow I did it reverse this time. I poured out all my sprinkles, and I poured my top ramen on top of it. And that's creating a scenario of, I think, of having less flavor than usual, at least without my top ramen being properly stirred. I mean, it's better than a poke in the eye still. But how much better? At the big 150, we did not beat Ushinka. And it's 9 consecutive guesses that, or how many consecutive is it after all? I think all in all is the last try. The last try from Brick of the Wall lyrics right there. And it made the best, like the tries from the lyrics typically do. Woody herself has left. Pretty crazy. We do not beat Ushinka. There might be a lot that we don't beat here. At this point, we've lost just about all our chances at something meaningfully shiny. I could switch my allegiance at this point and say, let's go to 500. Let's go to 500 guesses. Let's spend a higher proportion of this game on the cusp without getting it than we did when Goober was our mystery. And we were sitting on Goober and the Ghost Chasers. 12,400. Here. Want this do it? No. How come I managed it last time? There we go. Yes, when Goober was our mystery, the team was faster from the entirety of the cosmos to Goober and the Ghost Chasers than it was from Goober and the Ghost Chasers to Goober. Now, I actually don't think that's the only time we've had something like that. I'm going to try to think, though. What that might compete with. Oh, goodness. 28,300. So what was the total there? 28,300 is a proportion of what? 241. .395. The scream could be heard from far, far away. Not an especially concise name for a painting, or not an especially unique one. 7,460 or distinguishing ones. 7,460. $35. Rocksploitation. Tracksploitation? Really? Oh. Well, even if we did mean rock, I would have to. It's even if we did mean track, I would have to go with the rock because the spellings don't relate, especially. No one's recognizing it as a word officially. Oh well, though. Nope, not putting yet. 347. Yeah, 347 when you've already gotten a clue, pretty firm clue in the original post of the game that we're looking for something with greater than 3.5 million hits, greater than the 3.5 million or so that Pink Floyd gets. So Rocksploitation combined with Pink Floyd, and I've done this completely properly, is 6. Well, if it's 6 and there's a hit, we're in great shape. That's 5 zeros and a 6 as we express hits in millions. Okay, if there's a point, we're in great shape. Nope. Our second zero in as many rounds. Two worst guesses of the game. Even are assuming Pink Floyd is part of them. Mental health. At 2,800. Pretty good number. Animals. a band. It's one of their albums. Okay. .397. Well now. 4.43 thousand. That's a big number. But then animals is also a big number. Is that for real? I think we've got no. I think we have a champ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 digits to express this. Animals is a champion. What's going to the amazing pudding is an valuable source of Pink Floyd information. Well, we are seeing amazing pudding being the basis of most of these. It's mostly amazing pudding. Okay, here's an idea whose time has come. Now it seems that I'm being told it's a magazine that deals with, it's a Pink Floyd magazine? A fan magazine. Cease publication, 1993. Well, okay. You know what that's reminding me of? When I was contemplating the mystery, my barista told me pudding, but I thought that would be too easy. I wanted to do it with a twist somehow. And one of the ways I thought to do a twist was to go with the phrase, say that we were going to search the phrase for the first time rather than a plain word. The phrase that I was thinking of was in the pudding, or one of the top phrases I was thinking of. Right. There's on one side there is the proof is in the pudding, and then there's just plain old in the pudding, which puts you in mind of the Great Electric Kool-Aid acid test, and Ken Kesey and the Grateful Dead and all those folks who were at the center of the new movement, they were in the pudding. And well, then my mind just went right now to the fact that the Grateful Dead may have been about the first to really capitalize on the fanzine concept. So I'm wondering about the etymology here. Like, we might even be getting a nod to the Grateful Dead and that original usage of in the pudding. It might be consciously carrying two meanings. You know, everyone's favorite line, every hardcore fan's favorite line, and mixed in with the Kool-Aid, the Haight-Ashbury sense of it. What pudding means. So, this is the first time I'm glad to now properly understand this. Now, well, if you're at 2010, which is pretty obscure, but it's very strong on Pink Floyd pages, isn't it? If you're at 2010 for the Amazing Pudding, and let's see. Let's do annals from this point. What happens there? I think good. Animals, Pink Floyd magazine. Animals tour. What an insufferable what? Review of Animals. I suppose it's an album that came out during the Amazing Pudding days of the magazine. So Pink Floyd, high proportion of Amazing Pudding is Animals. Oh goodness. Anyways, where are we now? Let's move on. Animation. $4,43,000 was our total. Gee, I don't know. $65.9. No. So it's pretty. We're chasing something pretty obscure. If they're going to abandon the lyrics track for the fanzine, 0.252, which will not get them their final answer. You have to get to the fanzine and then back into pudding. That's what they're setting themselves up for. 958. Okay, not so hot. I suppose that the fans are going to be kids into drugs. Um, Animals. 23,900. 192. So you should have gone for lyrics. You should have believed the scores. The honest Mary Chase, even if this Mary Chase is progressive, it's going to lead you to a tough spot to overcome. Find the fanzine, then you still need to cut off the amazing part. The writing on the the writing on the wall. Let's try that again. $1,640. Part 3. That's interesting. So did that one also come back to it? Let's see. Which parts have do multiple parts have the pudding reference? 1,640. 130. How intense is that? I want to look that one up again, or maybe we can just go back this way. Writing on the wall. It's a common phrase. Reduced to 1,640 when we're dealing with Pink Floyd. And 130 when we bring pudding into it. That's quite high. All right, 78,000. Quite high. I don't think it makes it. Nice shiny percentage score at the least, though. $13.9 million. Yes, bands are named all sorts of things. Well, Barrett's Madness. Madness and Majesty. It's a lot. 0.208. 1.68 thousand. Okay. I've seen better, it seems to me. And where are we now? The Scream? The Gig in the Sky? That's our batch. For some crazy reason, animal seems to beat everybody. Well, it has to be more sources. But it was dominated, animals was dominated by amazing pudding. No, it doesn't work. It would have scored very well, even without it. Mental health. The writing on the wall is very good, and Animals looks like a champ. I want to sneak up on it. It's so weird that I want to sneak up on it again. We're going higher outside of the lyrics. 130 million is decent. We still have a good number of 0.397. Wow. I mean, even if it's even if they're going nuts on raising pudding, that's just 600. They'd be at 3.8 without that, and that'd be a heck of a lot. Either way. Let's see if anything has come in since then. Right on the wall madness. Let's explore one more thing. The other one that really gets me from another stage is, and it was from before we got to Pink Floyd. How did that one go? Rock Anthem. Rock Anthem is sitting in last place in certain measures. Okay, 3.43 million. We don't even need to modify this with Pink Floyd. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But this is from the days when the Pink Floyd part was considered part of the mystery rather than part of the guesses. So I took it down to 25,000. So is it really like 20? Is it really just 20? Yeah, it's not getting any difference. That's the stuff of last place. Okay. We need to move forward. Now, Kids Made Sense. What accounts? Have we just not tested ourselves enough with basic words? Writing on the wall goes to fourth. Rocksploitation. Actually, yes, that is. No, it's not the right way to do it. No, it is the right way to do it. Because it gets the fewest hits. That's exactly how I want it to play. I want the 0 with the fewest hits to be on the bottom. The thinking is that one with more hits, that if we were to add one more hit to both these terms, backmasking and rocksploitation, certain principle says that we should be more likely to get a share on backmasking than rocksploitation. So it is correct. Now we go to D, where we have another surprise and another appearance of growth. Well, kids love animals. What else do kids love? I don't know. Maybe the person who guessed it knows. I clearly did not think much of it at the time, and didn't process who it belonged to, who the guest belonged to. How are they going to think the band of the same name? Or the same name in essence? The animals stay with the older convention of sticking a "the" in front of their name. It's funny how back in the old days, Led Zeppelin was just Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd was just Pink Floyd, and yet they would be introduced as the Led Zeppelin or the Pink Floyd. Smallest. We're doing shares. I guess animals would have a shot at shares, wouldn't it? With that, yeah, well, it's in there. Kids, mother, animals, guitar. Pretty crazy. One wonders what would happen if Mother were assumed to have Pink Floyd being part of the clue. Pink Floyd albums. How do Pink Floyd albums do? When Pink Floyd is assumed to be a part. And that's the basis for me not to freak out. I suppose I should change this to uppercase. It's one of their album names. -100 for rock anthem. Heavens to Betsy, it's not a rock anthem. Unfatten those. Fatten these for easy viewing from a glance. Correct cutoff point, yes. Huh, really? 68th to 69th in percentages? I don't believe that. Wait a sec, dudes. This here says 68th and 69th. In general, I do believe this stuff. But where, for example, is Pink Floyd itself? Just Pink Floyd. Only 3,400, huh? Okay, I stand corrected. Rocksploitation, 1/50th. Copy with the writing on the wall being in it. Yeah, another brick of the wall was guessed without feedback. Maybe I should make a project of it. What happens if everything assumes Pink Floyd is part of the guess? Did I create a mess by changing the scoring system midway? We could put them in a certain state. Oh, dear. could work from a different. Yeah. So where are we now? Oh, it's electrified. Let's look one more time here. I could just say they're welcome to guess. Maybe just make note of it. Bring their awareness of it. Uh, Traditionals. Did I just say traditionals? Percentages. Writing on the wall. 4th, 12th. No, that's bull. Traditionals. Uh, Copy. Paste. AK largest. Exploitation, of course, didn't make positives. Didn't make negatives, though. Well, it's last on both ends. But it's neither that or the scream. Even at +3, the scream is not in the top half. Maybe I'll give mention to zero share guesses. Just this once also. So one made diffs, animals made diffs, animals made trads, and the writing on the wall made percentages. So we get one elite in all of them, but we're going to save ourselves for traditionals for the next for another post. Fullsies for another post. Okay. Just whole business. And oh, so now I've done that. So that's 3 out of 4 at one point. Where am I going to? VS? VP? All in all, sarcasm. The writing on the wall. Percentage 10, the writing on the wall. Differential 10. I should do it. I should just give them the list. AP smallest. AK largest. They shouldn't have to guess about how another brick of the wall fares against animals and fares against everybody else. If we have the knowledge of, if we put Pink Floyd on the guess side. So there's that, and then what? $14. At the end of the plus 55s. Addiction. Animals. Copy. Teacher Doug's Exon. Animals. I'm going to go to print with this because I have a more important thing to do. $150 guesses. And doing the usual extras business. Animals. Is it 10th there? Animals does not make percentages. Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek over here. Let's try another brick in the wall. What happens if another brick in the wall was on the other side of things? If it was a guess that assumed Pink Floyd as part of the guess, because they came in before the feedback loop. 0.165. Point 165. Let's take this down a notch. Let's take this down here. Let's give ourselves a little experimental. Let's carry down our T's a little bit more. That's what we need to do. Actually, we're at 0.0124 right now. So we're just going to get a little experimental here. We don't have to name it. 0.165 and 1.66. That's what another brick in the wall gets. With the benefit, really? That's all? Really? I guess because it didn't lose any ground hardly. Do that again. Another brick in the wall. .309. Because Pink Floyd doesn't reduce it very much. More than 50% have Pink Floyd in it. .66. Is really not so extraordinarily high. It's 9,000 compete with, when it was originally guessed, well, okay. Its percentage score is actually listed as being higher here. Basically the same, 1.151. That's a little strange. The brick the wall should have been getting the 0.3, I guess it does now. Okay, how about, so something strange perhaps going on at this very moment. How about the wall? .7. With Pink Floyd being soon part of the guess. Now maybe this one is one of the older ones, .497. It's kind of up there, isn't it? .497 and 417. That's quite up there. There's the wall. Very comparable on the shares front. The hits has gone through some changes. It would score better now than it did then. But maybe it's not that dramatic. Starting to see some changes that are a little bit strange to me. What I'm doing right now is I'm doing a spot check of some familiar things I've looked up in the past to see if Deeper Web is giving strange numbers for any of these things. But things I have a bit of a sense of where the hits should land if things are normal. And they're all okay. Pink Floyd and Pudding is showing some pretty normal looking numbers. Well, actually, looking at the most obvious things, maybe Dark Side of the Moon would be an example of something that might have changed dramatically from one to the other. 527. Actually, a lot of these things with high relationships, these things can't possibly do more than double. 0.287 and not that high. Yeah, we're actually not seeing huge differences. They make me feel I need to look things up again. Animals is dramatically in first place for some reason. And was guessed by who? So yes, let's familiarize ourselves with this great genius who guessed animals. Woody S. Woody S. You have another laster. I already given Woody her 5-point exclamation pointer. The other one that did well was the writing on the wall, right? One thing that occurs to me that I've forgotten is W. You know what? Mother would be bound to change dramatically from one look at to the next. There's only going to be a tiny smattering of Pink Floyd in it. So 114 million. If it's Floyd, we're down to 0.426. .426523. So where is the hidden one? Oh, dude. Where's the one with no name? There. Well, so if you do 0.426 for Mother, and then 5.23 thousand, that would be pretty wild. What does that get us? Nice score. 7. Okay. Game's opening guess. The game's opening guess would be champ. Da 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 da. Okay. As far as we know, the game's opening guess would be champ if Pink Floyd were transferred to the other side. Oh my god. I think that's the headline without looking any further. You know, Mother follows it. Mother's right on the tail of it. The spoken part, you know, I don't know. What's this considered to be a part of? The start of Mother or the end of Brick in the Wall? Um, but it would be the champ. It would be better in any case than Animals. So here we are wandering around pretty aimlessly. Oh, okay, we're down to the 154. That's the main thing I guess I wanted to do is erase that one. Okay. Do we have best? Um, what I really want to do at this point is AP smallest. Let's see how the qualified best shake out. Um, Pink Floyd's number 1, Kids 2, Animals. Animals knocks out Education. Okay, Pink Floyd 1, Kids 2. This is higher than the 8 of kids. And then bricks a little bit higher. So animals knocks out education. 15, 14, 18. Is the 26 still the next one? 18. Oh, couple push between it. There's the 26. Classroom. 35 for all in all. 38 for sarcasm. 59 for Gerald. 95 for thought control, and 113 for dark sarcasm. So animals knocks out education. Copy. I kind of want to do this anyways. Is Mother in its way the best guess of the game? Because the other ones that are obvious don't actually beat it. Another brick in the wall does not beat it. Mother might be number one in the entire game. And we would want to know this. Gerald's scarf. Qualified best. Education has been knocked out. Cut. In its place is animals. Animals needs no education. I don't know. Okay. Animals loses to the game's first guess. Transferred. Would they yell at me if I just like that? Yeah. if the Pink Floyd part if the Pink Floyd part those are complicated as headlines go. We'll lose to the game's first guess. If the Pink Floyd part is transferred, the Pink Floyd part had transferred. From mystery to guess side. Something like that. Is that what's telling me to do? Guesses can still go higher. It'll just be tougher. Okay. Here's a reason not to do modifiers. Well, the headline carried it. It held it. Okay, a couple things I didn't. I think I need to get a new. What do I need to do? Sort. Maybe, I suppose you don't need to watch me do this. Okay. You'll need to watch me struggle through this. Maybe we can make another interesting. I'll keep recording, but you can make your call whether to follow me along as we go to the next thing.